called chicken curry, and it's from India. See the Indian flag here? I'm so excited because I've been to India twice and I love it. Let's get started right away. So the first thing that I'm going to tell you is that you have to cut up all your vegetables. And this is going to be the most difficult thing to cut up here is the cauliflower that I'm putting in here. But to make curry more nutritious, you know, you just spend a little bit of time cutting up some vegetables to put in it. It adds to the flavor and it adds to the nutritional value. So you just cut off that big end here, you know, this big huge end. And we're gonna use some of these. We're gonna use about 2 cups because this is gonna be like our main vegetable because cauliflower really absorbs flavors really well, and it absorbs curry super well. So I'm going to be using about 2 cups, like I said here, and just break off the flowerets here that we're going to be using on here. And I kind of put this in a baggie so I can get rid of it real quick, okay? And we're just going to start to cut this up, okay? So you're just going to run your knife down and then just put it over here and slice it up. Small pieces. It kind of, you know, wilts a bit, and it kind of shrinks in size, and it kind of absorbs all the curry flavor that we're going to make in the sauce that we're going to be using in this dish. But India is actually such a beautiful place to visit, and the people there are so wonderful. They're so gracious to you. They're so kind and polite. It's probably one of the most favorite places that I've ever visited before. And for the very reason that they just are so respectful and so dignified, and they truly genuinely will develop a good relationship with you that will last forever. They're just such gracious people. So I'm just about done here. And then the last vegetable that I'm going to cut up today is going to be a zucchini, because we're going to put some zucchini in here too. I try to get one that is kind of a little bit more skinny so that you can have bite-sized pieces, okay? So you're just going to slice these thinly, okay? You want them to cook all the way through, so just use your claw when you're doing this so that you don't even have to look while you're chopping because you're using the proper technique. So we did slices of both the cauliflower and we did the zucchini in slices. Okay, here we are. So let's go ahead and put these into our mise en place bowls, because we definitely want to make sure that we are cutting these up. Okay, so I'm going to cut up some of the other vegetables and I'll show them to you in just a minute. Time to cut up the chicken, for the chicken curry, of course. So you're just gonna basically slice into the chicken. I do long strips of the chicken, and then after I do this, then you're just going to kind of like line them up like so. Here, see how I'm doing this? And you're just gonna cut small pieces out of here so that you can have bite-sized pieces of chicken. You could possibly already have the chicken already, you know, cooked and ready to go, all shredded up, and you could use that. I'm just gonna be using fresh chicken, so that's the reason why I am cutting it up like this. And so this is gonna have to be sauteed at the very beginning, and then afterwards we'll take it off the burner and then set it aside and add it in at a later time, okay? So same thing here. This is 1 pound of chicken that I'm using here, chicken breasts. So if you want to use other chicken parts, though, you can, you know, it's no big deal. This makes it a little bit more, less fat. Darker meat gives better flavor, but some people don't like that in chicken curry. So it kind of depends upon your flavor palette, okay? So just keep going on the chicken here until you're all done. I'm just about done. Okay, all done and chicken is ready to go. Well, I have all of my ingredients over here and I have my chicken here and I'm ready to get started with this chicken curry recipe. So we're going to sprinkle on a little bit of salt onto the chicken here. Yeah, you season your chicken always when you saute it. I'm going to put a little bit of pepper on there as well. Okay, and that on there. And then put your heat on about medium on the dial here. And then we're going to put 2 tablespoons of, I'm going to use coconut oil today. And the reason why is because I'm going to be using coconut milk. Okay, and so, you know, why not just complement the flavor by adding in a couple of tablespoons of coconut oil. Okay, so this is going to, let's use a spoon here. Let's move this around the pan here, like so. Get it all melted in there. And I'll heat it up about medium heat here. Okay, once the oil really dissolves in here, then we're going to go ahead and put the chicken in. Okay, so I think we're ready. Let's put that back there. So go ahead and take the chicken here. We're just going to kind of toss it in here. Oh gosh. Toss it in here like so. And I'm going to pan fry all of this. Saute it all and get it ready to go. It's almost there. Okay. We're getting there. Okay, I'm going to put the chicken back in. Let's find a bowl to put it back in. A plate can be fine. We can put the chicken right on there after it's done. Okay. Rice is going on back here because we're going to have rice with this. That's what that clappity noise is. Okay, we're almost there. The chicken's almost done. You have to get the pink out of it, you know. It's different than beef. Beef, you can leave some of the pink in if it's steak, you know. But with chicken, you have to make sure that excuse me. What are you doing jumping out of there? You have to get the pink out of the chicken, okay? And we want to make sure that it's actually done before we put it back in because we don't want any surprises to make us sick with foodborne illnesses or anything like that. So chicken is kind of very, very particular. It's kind of picky and it's kind of, you know, temperamental, so you have to make sure that you get it done all the way, okay? So we're just about done here, about 20 more seconds, I would say. Go ahead and get a slotted spatula here and put this over here. All right. And we're going to put that back in at the end. So this is going to be really good. This is our chicken curry. Straight from India. They are so famous for their curries and they are so tasty. One of the things I found out is that they like very spicy food. You have to be careful and make sure that you ask for the type of hotness to their curry that you want. So be careful about that. I'm just going to put in a little bit more of the coconut oil and so that we can stir fry our veggies. This is ginger here and this is garlic here. And I'm going to mince them together, okay? So just grab a chef's knife, okay? Run your knife through here. Okay, so go ahead and put these in here. Okay, every bit of it. Alrighty. And just move these around the pan, like so. And then we're going to add in some things here. We're going to add in our onions. Okay, we're going to add in those onions. Get those stir fried. Oh, smelling so good. Ooh, love the smell, love the smell. Oh, wow. There's nothing like this wonderful smell. It just makes you hungry, gets you excited for food, you know. Okay, we're gonna put in our red bell peppers. Okay, I used a half of a cup of onion and then a half of a cup of red bell peppers that I sliced up. Okay, and then I'm gonna put in a half of a cup of jalapenos. Now this is where the spice comes in. If you want to put less in, you're welcome to. I kind of like it because the coconut milk over there kind of mellows it out. Yeah, any type of a dairy product, anything that's sweet, kind of mellows out the heat on Indian cuisine. So I like mine about medium. I don't like high heat. I like to be able to taste all the other ingredients in the actual curry. So, all right, let's go ahead and put in our cauliflower. 2 cups of cauliflower, yay. Okay, we're just gonna move this around the pan as well here. Oh, wow, this is looking so good. I'm loving it here. That's why I put a little bit more oil in, because you have to have that oil to really help to make sure that this is getting done properly. All right, so let's put in the zucchini. Here we go. Zucchini goes in that we cut up, sliced up thinly, okay? When you slice it thinner, then it gets done, but the heat of the jalapenos gets up your nose here. Really, really does. You begin to breathe the real gaseous fumes. So you have to be careful when you're using high heat items. Some people might think that it's not hot, but I do. Okay? Okay, let's put in our mushrooms next. Okay, this is a half of a cup of sliced mushrooms. And if you don't like some of these ingredients, you know, feel free to take them out of here, okay? So, it's no big deal. You don't have to, you know, use all of these if you don't like a particular thing in here. You know, I'm heavy on the vegetables because I believe that they add so much nutritional value that it's important. The other thing that happens with this is it adds a tremendous amount of vitamins and minerals to your diet. So, the more vegetables you can get into your curry, the better. Plus, you know, 33% of the population of India is actually vegetarian anyway, so you don't even have to put chicken in here at all. Just use all these vegetables and then use all the spices that I got going on. And basically what you have here is a vegetable curry. So that's always a possibility if you're a vegetarian. So we have vegetarians in the family and we have meat eaters. So right before you put the chicken in at the end, you can dish up for the other person that's a vegetarian in the family and then put the chicken into the rest of the meal, or the dish here in the pan. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put in our peas next because we want to get them heated up. So I used about a half of a cup of peas as well. Got some good colors in here going on. So just move this around the pan, and I'm going to add in, probably about 2 tablespoons of water, and it's going to help to kind of bring some cooking to the vegetables and steam them. So just grab some water and put it in here like so. You hear it kind of sizzle there. It's a good thing here. And for my curry, I like my vegetables to be a little bit crunchy. I don't like them to be kind of soggy and limp. So, depending upon how you like your curry as well is going to determine how long you cook these and saute them. I'm sauteing them and simmering them after I put the water in for about a grand total of about 5 to 7 minutes, okay? We got our vegetables going there. We got our chicken ready to go back in, and now we got to make our sauce. So what I'm using here is coconut milk. You can use coconut cream as well, but this is a 13.5 ounces. You're going to use every bit of it, okay? Every bit of the can, okay? And then into that, you're going to put 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. Okay, that goes right in there. It's going to be the thickening agent, okay? And then what I have here is some curry, salt, and red pepper flakes here that I'm putting in here, okay? I'm going to put this right in here like so. And then just take a wire whisk and whisk this all together. It takes a little bit of muscle because some of the cream that's on top is kind of thick. But mix this all in together here. Okay, so let's move to the other side. And we're going to put the chicken back in, right like so. Okay. And just stir it around like so. Oh man, you guys, this is smelling so wonderful. I'm looking forward to eating it. Oh man, my whole family looks forward to me cooking. And this is just one of the meals that I love to make, okay? Okay, so now we're gonna put in everything here. So just do one more stir because we'll make sure that all the cornstarch doesn't stick on the bottom here because we need that for a thickening agent, okay? Just pour this in here like so. And we're going for, you know, a sweet flavor, okay? A sweet flavor. So that is important, very, very important. And we're going to just stir this up here. We're gonna wait till it kind of thickens. I'm gonna grab a little bit of this sesame oil here. I'm gonna put some of this in, about a teaspoon. This gives it a little bit of a good flavor as well. But don't put too much in. We don't want it to overwhelm the sweetness, okay? So that goes in there like that. And you just keep moving this around the pan. It's going to get thick, and then we're gonna serve it up. I'm gonna pluck off some basil because basil is actually really good in this. So just tear off a few leaves and toss them in here. And this is gonna give a really good flavor too. So let's move this out of the way here and let's stir these in. I do them at the very end because I don't want to ruin the flavor of the leaves. They're so delicious in here, okay? So this is the reason why you put them in at the very end, because you want them to not wilt too much and disintegrate into nothing, okay? So let's move this over here right now. Here we go. Let's turn this off. Let's move this over here. We're gonna plate up. I'm so excited, okay? Here's my Indian bowl. I love it, okay? So let's just take the lid off of the rice here and let's go ahead and spoon up our rice. And this is jasmine rice. Jasmine rice, yay. Jasmine rice is so delicious, and this is made at Trader Joe's, and they have awesome jasmine rice. This is extra long grain rice, jasmine rice, so makes it taste super, super good. Okay, here we go. I think I'm gonna get out my ladle though. I'm gonna get out my ladle so I can do a really good job of dishing this up. Okay, let's move it over here. Ooh. Look at that sauce in there, you guys. Oh, wow. One more scoop, one more, right? Can never have enough. Oh, wow. Look at that, you guys. That looks so good. Okay, here we go. A little bit of cilantro to make it look really beautiful. Ooh. I think it's time. My favorite part of the show, right? Come over here. I want you to see my shoes from India as well. My whole outfit is from India, and I love India. Let's try this right now. Here we go. A little bit of rice, a little bit of chicken, a little bit of, ooh, hot. Mmm. Oh. Yeah. has this sweet flavor to it that has a kind of a coconutty flavor. And then the chicken flavor in there. And the basil, oh my goodness. You've got to try this. See you next week. Bye-bye.